This video is on frequency and cumulative frequency graphs. It matches up with exercise 7F in your textbook. Our learning goal for this video is to display numerical data as frequency distribution tables and histograms, cumulative frequency distribution tables and graphs, dot plots, and stem and leaf plots. Well, this is the one we're particularly focusing in on. We're going to be drawing histograms and cumulative frequency graphs today. You can see two of these below. You've got a frequency histogram and a frequency polygon. The frequency histogram is like a column graph with the scores on the x-axis, the horizontal axis, and the frequency on the y-axis, the vertical axis. The frequency polygon is like a line graph. Please pause the video and take time to list 3 key features of each. We'll be discussing these in the lesson together. Let's have a look at an example. The weights of 25 students were recorded and displayed in a grouped frequency table. So after you've collected data, it's often recorded in a frequency table, as you can see here. Here is your frequency table. And then what we can do with that is display it in a variety of ways. And we've been asked to graph it as a histogram and then as a polygon. You might also be wondering, how do you work out what the class center is? So the class goes from 30 to 39. This represents the group of students who weigh between 30 kilos and 39 kilos. We've just put it in one big group there. And the next one, 40 kilos to 49 kilos. To work out the class center, you could just take the highest number, 39, and minus the lowest number, 30. So 39 minus 30, that gives you 9. And then divide it in half to find the class center. Well, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So 34.5 is going to be the class center of your first class, and so on and so on. You can see the pattern there. So construct a grouped frequency histogram. Let's do that first, and then we'll add the polygon. Alright, so using our graph paper, we need to put the scores or the class along the vertical axis. Now with a histogram, you've got to start half a column width in. So 30 to 39 will be here. 40 to 49. 50 to 59. And we need labels. This is weight in kilograms. On our vertical axis, we're looking for the frequency. And our frequency, the highest frequency is 9. So we need to take that into consideration when we're drawing our histogram. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That way we can account for the highest frequency of 9. Alright, so it's a column graph. Looking at the first class, 30 to 39, were there any students in that category? No, the frequency is 0. So we don't have a column graph for that particular class. What about the next one? There were 5 students who weighed between 40 and 49 kilos. So let's start our histogram. There were 7 students in the next class. There were 9 students in the third class. and there were 4 students in the next class. And no students in the last class. So with our histogram, we've got our axes labelled. We also need a title. Weights of students should be sufficient. That's all the information we've been given. Now to draw a polygon, that's the line graph part, we put a little dot in the centre of each of the classes or each of the columns. You'll see what I mean as I draw them. And then back down. And then with a ruler, we join the dots with straight lines. This is called a polygon. Alright, let's have a look at one last example. Construct a cumulative frequency histogram using the data from the previous example, and also a polygon, or an ogive, as it's sometimes called. Well, cumulative frequency. We only have a frequency column, so we're going to need to create a cumulative frequency column. And let's complete it. 0, 0 plus 5 is 5, 5 and 7 is 12, 12 and 9 is 21, 21 and 4 is 25, and 25 and 0 is still 25. So this is our cumulative frequency column, and this is the one that we will be using to graph our histogram. Alright, so drawing the histogram again, we're going to need axes. So we've got weight in kilograms. And this time it's not just frequency, it's cumulative frequency. Which in other words is number of students. Now let's have a look at the scale that we're going to need. Well, our cumulative frequency goes all the way up to 25. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 25 is the highest, so we've accounted for that. And our class centres. $34.5. Oops. 44.5. 54.5. Alright, let's construct our histogram. These are the columns. Alright, looking at the cumulative frequency column, the first class matches up with 0. No students were in that class. Alright, so the next class, 5. 5 students. And then 12 students. $21. 25. Okay, so that's our histogram, and then we need to draw the ogive. Let's use a different colour for this so you can see it. This one is slightly different from the polygon in the last one because we're looking at cumulative frequency now. We are going to be joining the top right hand corner of each column. That's it, that's our ogive. Now the last bit of the question says to estimate the median using the ogive. This is a rather common question, so take note of how we do it. The median. Well, the median is the middle score. How many scores do we have in total? We've got 25. There's 25 different pieces of data. Now the middle of that, where is the halfway point of 25? Well, it's 12.5. So come down to your graph. Look at 12.5 on the cumulative frequency axis. 12.5 is here. Draw a line until you hit the ogive and then come down to your x-axis. This is what we need to estimate, okay? We know that just before this line, it's 54.5, and the next point, the class center, is 64.5. So if we're going to estimate the median, we would say that it's approximately 60 kilos. And that's it. So if you can start on exercise 7F or questions to work on your learning goal for today. Thank you.